You're listening to Hackneyed, a weekly podcast where I talk to myself like a crazy person for 30 minutes about my newfound obsession with the Riverdance soundtrack. And that's not all. Stay tuned for later on in the episode where we'll hear voice notes from Skye and fellow listeners who made it to Glastonbury Festival this last weekend. Waiting for that Alex Cooper lawsuit, girls. So first off, I guess I should just address the situation. For those of you who aren't watching the video portion of the podcast today, you might notice things are a little bit different. I'm here in Trowbridge, Wiltshire, booming metropolis of, and you might notice a certain Skye Ferguson isn't here this week. And that is because, unfortunately, the rumors are true. Skye has finally quit the podcast and has decided to go on to work on bigger, better projects. So whilst we just regroup here, I wanted to upload a quick episode because I know this could be quite traumatic for our super engaged audience. No, obviously Skye hasn't quit the podcast, guys. It's, what is this? The Monday after Glastonbury weekend. And our girl, our Lord and Savior, did successfully get into Glasto with her dodgy ticket. So round of applause for that girl. Love her. Did I have Glastonbury FOMO? A little bit. I think initially going into it, I was kind of like, ooh, am I really missing out on sleeping in a hot tent, sweating through my everything, queuing for toilets, going to bed at 8 a.m.? I don't think I missed that. However, I am really looking forward to the day when Skye and I do a festival together. That would be fun. And knowing that my sister... I'm home alone. I'm in my parents' house by myself this week. Not exciting at all, just that I'm bringing the mini to a body specialist in Trowbridge because it's cheaper than London. Surprise, surprise. No one's surprised. And it's due at the body shop tomorrow, so I'm doing a weird early, I don't know. I'm doing this weird little, call it an artist's retreat at my parents' house while they're in Devon. I just went across the road to the Tesco Extra and got myself an Arctic coffee because Lord forbid they have anything nice in Trowbridge. They don't. There's nothing here. Nothing here. So Glastonbury, you know what? I don't even really care about lineups. I feel like I feel like there was two camps. There was, you got a ticket and you were like, yay, Glastonbury fam, let's go. Oh my God. And then the other camp were the people who didn't get a ticket and then we're like, well, you know what? Actually, the fucking lineup's not even that good this year, so I don't even care. I assume Skye and the rest of my girlies of Gay Mesk are currently hanging out of their asses, or at least I hope they are, and impatiently waiting the return of serotonin to their bodies after all of the pills and potions of this weekend. Let's see, I've got a couple of notes here. Just, fun girly things. Just a little check-in with Aidyn. And I know what you're thinking. Who told this entitled faggot that he's interesting enough to solo host a podcast Brittany Broski style? And to those people I say, which will probably be certain homosexuals listening who will be sending me hate messages over WhatsApp, to them I say, you're probably right. But I've got nothing else to do. So instead, I've set up my best call her daddy, my best call her daddy style microphone situation.
It felt like there was no one online for women.
It's giving recording studio, ooh, what would I sing? Ooh, don't make me sing. Ooh, this doesn't smell good. I'm getting a little too close to the diffuser here. Every day is so wonderful, and suddenly you start to... I should pick a song I know, shouldn't I? What's a song? No, we're not gonna sing. Or maybe I will sing. Wow, I got a lot of pushback in person this weekend from Rihanna and Ben Curtis regarding my critique of the Addison Rae situation, to which I say, let a bitch live. And speaking of music, so Ollie of the throuple, Ollie, bought me the original 1994 Riverdance soundtrack on cassette. And I was like, oh, tee-hee-hee-hee, thinking Riverdance, that's a little too cringe even for me. Oh, cut to me on the A3 yesterday evening, pounding it out of London, blasting track 6, Fire Dance, blasting that in the mini on cassette, getting my full life to, I don't even know, would you call it it's like a flamenco Irish step mashup banger? Highly recommend. highly recommend. Did I almost take the life of myself and a young family in a sporty BMW 3 convertible somewhere outside of Guildford on an overtake lane? Yeah, almost, but you know what? It was worth it. So Bill Wellham, what's his name? Bill Whelan. Bill Whelan, you're responsible. Now that I'm at my parents' house, did I go into Diana's CD collection and find her original copy of the 1994 soundtrack to Riverdance on compact disc? Yes. Should I learn how to flamenco? Maybe I'll get Ollie to teach me that too. I have requested voice notes from our girlinas regarding their time at Glastonbury. So far, the only person who sent me any is, of course, my trusted co-host, Skye. Here, we'll play this one.
Good morning, Aidyn. This is Skye Ferguson reporting live from Glastonbury. Okay, first news report. I am with 3 lovely young girls who went to see Gracie Abrams last night, and they were on TV. Guys, we need to know everything. Introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Isla and I'm 12. And I'm Marcy and I'm 9. I'm Peggy and I'm 12.
Oh my God, you can't see them, but they're adorable. Okay, guys, Gracie, how was it?
It was really good. There was a lot of people there, but it was really good. We were very close to the front.
And then what happened?
And then the camera just pointed right at us. It was like, oh my God.
Could you see yourself on the screen at the time?
No. But the camera was literally like right at our faces.
And then you were on TV?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll find the still of them on TV and we'll send it to you. Hope this is useful for your podcast. Goodbye. It's also my podcast. I don't know why I said yours, but you do most of the work. Love you.
That is very cute. First of all, Marcy and Peggy, great names. I did forget that my queen, my one and only, Gracie Abrams, was performing this year, and was sent both this voice note from Skye and then just a video from Alex Simpson of her doing, of course, the iconic for our podcast. No, she wasn't doing it for our podcast. I think it belongs to us now. Sorry, Gracie. I could go and read your mind. Think about your dumb face all the time. In your glass house, I'm outside. Okay, yeah, enough of that. We have another voice note here from Skye.
Hey babes, so I'm currently on my way to the healing fields to get my fortune read. Don't know if I'm going for a palm reading, a tarot reading. We'll report back and let you know how the fortune's looking. Yes, very fun. I bumped into Bennett last night, really briefly, but Sedona was on a myth that we had to be at the front for self-esteem. So honestly, I wasn't really allowed to talk to him, but I did for a minute, which was lovely. So yeah, hopefully I'll find those guys today. We've got a bit more of a chilled itinerary. So yeah, oh God, everyone's already queuing to get their bloody fortunes read. Where am I going to end up? Okay, we'll keep you posted.
By the end of the day today, I will get some VNs, some voice notes back, and I can pop them into the edit here. Oh my God.
Hey babes, I just got home. Was terrible at sending you content, wasn't I? Took us 9 hours to get out of there. I mean, no, it took us 9 hours from leaving camp to get home. And I got home and my smoke alarm has run out of battery. So it's just beep, beep, beeping at me. And let me tell you, that's the last thing I need right now. Yeah, apparently I've been spotted on TV twice.
Look at Skye and Sedona.
So don't worry, I'm going to seek out that content for you. I love you.
Voice note from Martin Shivers.
Probably made it a bit too late for your pod, but my Glasto update was absolute fucking vibes. Meticulously planned from start to finish. I had such a great time. Alanis Morissette, I was such a fucking little hater. I was like, I'm not gonna go. And then we went and she was fucking sublime. Looking so hot, voice great, amazing songs. Yeah, just fucking fab and debauched. Enjoy your podcast.
Voice note from Jack of the Thruple.
Hello, I'm currently on the sofa listening to Hackneyed. Sorry for the delay in getting back about Glasto. I didn't know what to say. My brain feels like mush. I can barely walk. Yeah, it was fun. I didn't see Skye, which was sad. Apparently she always knew where we were, but never appeared, so who's too cool now? Yeah, no thoughts, just sleeping.
Voice note from the iconic Sedona Rose.
Coming in croaky post Glastonbury, but absolutely honoured to be asked to send in some Glastonbury highlights to the pod. I mean, number one highlight has to be Skye just getting into the festival with her fake ticket. Yeah, I took on all of the stress, and she was cool as a cucumber, I've got to be fair, but she got through the gates, and that was a real momentous highlight. Then next highlight was us getting pulled through the festival in the back of an electric rickshaw whilst everybody else was sweating it out like pack horses and camels with their mini bags. And, you know, we were just giving them a little wave from the back of the rickshaw as we got pulled up to our VIP camp. And then the next highlight, without a shadow of a doubt, has to be Girls' Night Out. Girls' Night Out consisted of me, Skye, like the grown-ups that we were camping with. Skye's also like grown-up friends, you know. They were like real grown-ups, like these people had kids, you know. And my friend Jamie, who is definitely not a grown-up, going to see Scissor Sisters. And at one point we started a pole dancing competition using one of the poles of the tent while we were watching Scissor Sisters. And it really popped off. And I think we really, really brought the soul. We brought the soul, we brought the party. And I don't know how much dirt to dish on Skye, but she was high as a goddamn kite. And it was really wonderful to witness. And then it took me, Skye, and a friend Jamie, and the rest of the girls' night out probably about 4 hours to walk across to the other side of the festival, because there was just a lot of chocolate mushrooms involved, and some spiked slush puppies. I don't know how much of this you're actually going to be able to use. I think another real highlight was me and Skye thinking it was a really good idea to FaceTime our brother. And I screamed at him down the phone, "See, Skye is fun. She is fun." Yeah, I think that's our Glastonbury highlight.
Voice note from the himbo himself.
Good evening, Hackneyed. Yes, Glastonbury, 10 out of 10. Immaculate weather, people, vibes. Lots of good things, lots of sunburn, lots of lost voices, 3 hours sleep a night, and I'd say permanent dehydration. Best set, probably Lord. Here in Version, back to back as festival opener at 11:30 in the morning. Oh, amazing. And then Ribs and Green Light. Unexpected kind of stuff. For a say favorite off-piece act, I mean that's better. Sophie B. Hawkins. I reckon right up your street, Aidyn. She was giving wine drunk mum on stage, given a mic, and no one was taking it off her. It was an acoustic set, so yeah, it was quite fun, and yeah, the crowd were an interesting bunch. Bennett, big fan. Stories, you need to ask Andrew about how he met Lily Allen. I will not ruin that one for you. I did have a funny night at NYC Download, the queer club in the queer area of Glastonbury. I'm calling it the night of 1,000 dates. I bumped into about 5 short-term exes or people I've gone on like a single date with, whilst with someone else. So yeah, that was fun. Would you say that was serving himbo energy? I get the vibe it might be.
And voice note from Glastonbury bartender Bennett.
Okay, so please excuse me, I still have Glasto throat after a week there. So I would say 3 highlights. Number 1, obviously running into Skye Ferguson, highlight of the festival. Number 2, I somehow managed to convince almost everyone to come see 90s like lesbian rock sensation Sophie B. Hawkins of As I Lay Me Down and Damn, Wish I Was Your Lover fame. We saw her at the acoustic stage, and the whole thing was absolutely, utterly bonkers. Like, she was super late. She was like giving like wine mom who's like a COVID conspiracy theorist vibes. She at one point did this like extended outfit reveal, and she just had like a t-shirt that said "we," like OUI in on it. She did this like really long like bongo like solo that was just fucking terrible, and like it was all like completely delusional, but like also really, really fun and vibes. And so then we just, I mean, like, I'm not like the world's biggest Sophie B. Hawkins stan, so that was number 2. And number 3, I was working NYC down low. I was working in the bar, which was super intense, but there were like loads of celebrities, and I got to see Tilda Swinton in a Protect the Dolls t-shirt, which was a huge highlight. I served Taika Waititi, and I charged him full price for his drinks. And I saw Esti Haim of Haim fame, who's probably one of the coolest people alive. And I really hit on her incredibly hot fiance. And she and I just vibed really hard. And she said she thought I was hot and asked if I was single. And then I gave her, obviously, I think she was just fishing for the free drinks. So I obviously gave her 6 free double tequila and sodas. All in all, it was an incredible Glastonbury. That's it.
Voice note from Andrew, or as he's named in my phone, Andrew in brackets belonging to Martin Shivers.
So I was volunteering at Glastonbury with Prepster this year. In previous years, our team focused on distributing fuck packs, condoms and lube, along with sexual health information and offering light welfare support, such as handing out menstrual products, earplugs, water, and other things to visitors at NYC Down Low, the Meat Rack, and Macio's. We also monitored the dark room to ensure it was being used appropriately and kept tidy. However, this year, our role expanded significantly to include all welfare responsibilities across these spaces. That meant having teams of Prepster staff and volunteers present whenever NYC Down Low and the Meat Rack were open, conducting welfare checks throughout the night. We moved through the crowds regularly, looking out for anyone who might need support, whether that was someone experiencing a mental health crisis, dealing with the effects of ketamine or GHB, or mixing substances that shouldn't be combined. In more serious cases, we coordinated with the Glastonbury medical team for assistance. However, one of my highlights while working came during a shift, handing out fuck packs at the entrance to NYC Down Low. Early in the night, it's usually a stream of straight partygoers before the queers start arriving. Entry to Down Low requires purchasing a colored mustache for £2.50. The color changes nightly, and the proceeds go to charity. This year, we were raising money for Prepster, Medical Aid for Palestinians, Crisis, Human Dignity Trust, and Freedom from Torture. As I was working the entrance, a very attractive couple arrived, and a colleague asked to see their mustaches. The woman, petite, wearing a leather jacket, denim skirt, cheekily said, "You want to see my mustache? I'll show you my mustache," and lifted her skirt in a flash of mischief. As I handed her a fuck pack, I suddenly realized it was Lily Allen. She thanked me for the condoms and lube and said she'd definitely be using them that night, and then she disappeared into the steamy, sweaty chaos of the Down Low dance floor.
Voice note from the one and only Alex Theoclitou.
Overall, really strong acts this year. Like, nothing flopped. Bennett at the bar, bless him, he was so cute. The first time he worked, he was like, "Oh my god, I had so much fun, it's actually really fun." Then his other 2 shifts, he was like, "That was the worst hours of my life." But he did get to meet pretty much everyone famous. He had a full-on chat with Esti Haim and her fiance, and they were telling each other they love each other back and forth, which was cute as fuck. Overall, a 10 out of 10 Glastonbury. Yeah, no notes. Call me too stressed again about tickets in 2 years. Notable moment for me was having to pee in a pee bag in the corner of the Meat Rack, which is the smaller club within NYC Down Low. So kind of through the smoking area, it's like this much smaller club. But Shanty Celeste was on for 2 hours and we were in there, and there was a queue to get back in, and there's no toilets in there, so if I peed I'd have to go out and then I wouldn't be able to get back in. And Andrew was like, "No, you're not leaving. There's no way you're not going to be able to back in." So he grabbed a pee bag out of Sims, then basically took me to the corner of the club and stood in front of me while I held this bag under my skirt and peed. And it turns your pee into gel, and then you just seal it and just put it in a bin. It wasn't on my bingo card this year, having to pee in a pee bag in the middle of the club. But it happened, and honestly, I'm glad I didn't leave because Shanty Slash was amazing.
Sounds like Glastonbury was great. Actually, I can open up Find My because I'm a hacker. And I can see where the gay misc girls are and if they're still in Shepton Mallet. Oh no, look, most of them are home. Wow, that is quick. This is the thing. First of all, Glastonbury is so expensive. And then everyone starts prepping like the weekend before. Everyone's like, oh, I gotta pack. I can't do anything. Go to pack for Glastonbury. And then there's only actually shit going on from Thursday through Sunday. That's nothing for all that work. No, just kidding. I don't have FOMO. Y'all enjoy. No, I do have FOMO. I wish I was there. That would have been really cute. I don't know what else is going on, guys. Short app. Okay, short app. I clearly I can't solo host. I don't deserve a podcast. Take it away from me. My career's over. I know the weather is always super exciting, especially in a pre-recorded format like a podcast, but we have been truly in our London heat wave, our south of England heat wave for like the last week or so. I have been loving it. Absolutely loving it. And those my poor little tomato plants out on the balcony are fighting for their lives. Fighting for their bloody lives. I've got to tell Rihanna to water the tomatoes on the balcony. What else is going on? Last Saturday, I bumped into a lovely young gentleman. We hit it off. We were having great chat, sunbathing. He was very cute. And now, of course, we're Instagram chat. And he is determined to get me to go swimming with him at the Hampstead Ponds. Oh, of course. The fantasy of that, beautiful. We're all there. We're in our Speedos. We're looking cute. We're in the water. Slippery, little splashing around. Very flirty, very fun. This all makes sense, right? And on top of that, this is activity number one for thirsty gay men in the summertime in London. You go to the Hampstead Ponds. You get to peacock a little bit. You break out the designer Charlie Speedo and you let the girls know. And you're like, hey, guess what? We have been cutting and shredding at the gym. The anabolic steroids are paying off. All that jazz. And my point is, great, fierce. Who doesn't love peacocking? I mean, yeah, it can be a little bit of a meat market, you know? So you've got to be ready. You got to be in the right mindset. Then over here in the Mrs. Not a Great Swimmer category, it's not a cute look if I pull a Natalie Wood and just mysteriously drown whilst on a fun little daytime date with a cute guy I've met the weekend before. So what do I do, guys? Am I gonna have to bring my floaty noodle with me? What is a girl gonna do? If I'm not back here next week and I've handed the podcast over to Skye, then you know what happened. I drowned in the fucking Hampstead Ponds, and that was it. Maybe I'm gonna be like, oh, the water's too cold. I don't know. He's going to see Lana on Friday, so then. If this is the other problem, we want to have a dating life, but we're all so booked. If I were to go get the damn Filofax out right now, like I have got, this isn't me trying to flex either. The schedule is full. Where am I gonna find time? Well, I guess when you want to get laid, you do find the time, don't you, girls? You find the time. You make the time, and I can make the time. But can he make the time? Can he make the time to rescue me when I drown? I want to know, guys, tell me if I'm going to drown at the Hampstead Ponds. How deep are they? I don't know what else to tell you guys. I don't know what else to say. You're all thinking, yeah, well then shut the fuck up. We don't want to hear it. I'm like a bird. I only fly away. I don't know where my home is. I don't know when in a way. This is another problem I have, guys. I don't give a shit, but you're gonna hear. The 25th anniversary edition of the Riverdance soundtrack that's available on streaming is like re-recorded from, I don't know, 10 years ago or something. And it's just not as tight. It's not as like, it's not got the visceral sort of excitement that, I don't know, Riverdance 95 has. So I want to recommend that you go listen to Fire Dance from the Riverdance soundtrack, but I don't know if that remake from the 25th anniversary is that good. I love that this has been fully obscuring my face the entire time as well. I saw the other day that Diana Vickers is starting another podcast, a second podcast, which what happened to the first one, girl, with some other blonde bitch, and she's going on that fucking Chris, what's his face, who does the videos with Grace Campbell. She's going on his podcast, which does break my soul just a little bit because I'm the faggot she should be going on a podcast with, not him. It should be me. Is it because I don't do enough front-facing comedy videos on socials? I don't think anyone actually wants that. Diana Vickers, this is our prayer that you come on the Hackneyed podcast with Skye and I, and that we just finally close the loop, you know? Well, I think I'm probably just going to keep spiraling into crazy if I sit here by myself in my parents' home talking forever, so I think we bring it to a close here. Stay tuned for next week when Skye will be back, thank God, and we will fully break down the Glastonbury experience. Stream, or actually no, don't stream it. Listen to your mum, me, I'm your mum. Go out there, boot up the eBay, check out the local charity shop, find yourself a copy of the Riverdance 1994 soundtrack on compact disc or cassette. Take that bad boy home with you, pop her in the DVD drive on your Acer laptop, and give her a spin. I feel like our generation all grew up with our mom playing that soundtrack. I can remember so many grocery store trips with my mom with that goddamn Fire Dance beat hitting in the old family Audi, okay? Okay, I'm wrapping this up because I actually don't even want to edit a long effing podcast this week. Love from me, love from Skye, and pray for me as I just go crazy in my parents' house for the next 2 nights. All right. Bye-bye.